We are back in my living room for another video. We haven't been out here in a long time. Also enjoy the cat's fish back there. I think this is going to be the official location of book hauls just ever moving forward, because I don't feel like lugging all of these books into my bedroom when all of my bookcases are out here. So we're just always gonna film wrap-ups on the floor here, or not wrap-ups, book hauls from the floor here. So I think I have, it's been a while. I did one earlier this year, but it was like right at the beginning of January. So I've accumulated quite a few books now that we're like halfway through May, and I feel like I wanted to get a haul in before I go to book bonanza, because I feel like that's going to be like a whole separate haul probably. So I have, I think maybe around like 30-ish books here that I've accumulated over the past couple months. So let's just go ahead and go through them all. Okay. First off, I have Never Lie by Frida McFadden. So I bought this one a couple of months ago because one of my friends and I, we buddy read a book together, normally like on a monthly basis, and this was her pick, and I ended up really loving this one. It's a thriller, something really different. We both ended up really liking it. I think it's one of our better ones that we've picked that we've buddy read together. And yeah, I really liked this one and definitely want to check out more from Frida McFadden. And actually, she is on Kindle Unlimited, which I learned. So I will definitely be checking out some more of her books as like some good little palette cleansers in between all of the romances that I read. Next up, Tori from Novel Life sent these to me. She sent me Flawless and Heartless by Elsie Silver. So I think she won like a huge giveaway with like a huge lot of books, and these two were included, but she already had both of these books and like both of these people cover copies. And so she was like, do you have, and like, you know, like everyone has these books, but I didn't have them yet. And she was like, would you like them? I'd send them to you. So thank you again, Tori, for sending these to me because I have been so pleasantly surprised by this series. I actually really can't wait for Reckless, the fourth book. Don't tell me why I'm excited for it. I can't tell you, because literally one of the tropes is Secret Baby. I don't like Secret Baby, but for some reason I'm really excited because I like the heroine a lot. Like, we've seen her a little bit already. So I'm excited to read that one. And I'm excited to have these, especially to have dedicated on my shelves. Please and thank you. But mostly like Willa, Mother, thank you. So very happy to have both of these. Next, I bought Scarred by Emily McIntyre. So I listened to the audio of this book earlier this year and just fell in love with it. I've always loved these covers. I read Hooked last year, I think, or maybe even the previous year, and I wasn't like blown away by it, but like I didn't not like it. I just wasn't like obsessed with it. So I didn't keep going on in the series. However, then this year I found that my Hoopla had some of the audios on there. So I listened to Scarred and was absolutely blown away by it. Still my favorite so far in the series. I've also read Wretched at this point. I read it this month, so I'll talk about it in my wrap up. But I am like loving it. Loved this book, loved Wretched. Can't wait to read Twisted. And yeah, I will definitely be collecting these covers. And also, in case if you were not aware, Emily McIntyre was diagnosed with breast cancer and she's going through chemo right now. So really another reason why then I decided to purchase a paperback. I was already planning on it, but y'all know I don't really buy books like right away. I kind of like just wait until I get in the mood to like spend money. But as soon as I finished this and loved it, I went out and bought a copy because I wanted to make sure that I was supporting her in any way that I possibly can right now as she's going through a really difficult time. So if you haven't read any of Emily McIntyre's books already and have been thinking about it, give them a read. They're all on KU, I think so, right? Some of her audios are on Hoopla. Any way that you can like support her would just be awesome right now. So very happy to have this one, and I will be purchasing the rest of them. Oh, hi, you're back. Look, you used to come and help mommy film all the time when mom filmed on the floor. Didn't you? You're so big now though when I put you up on camera. Next up, I don't know what happened to this note, but it cracks me up. It fell out earlier and I was like, oh my God, that is so rough. But I have another by Fiona Cole. So Sam from Sam Reads a Little sent me this one for hitting 9K. Sam, thank you once again. And she was like, here, what did you even say? You were like, oh, manifesting that you'll like this book as well because it's one of her favorite tropes. So this actually is one of my favorite books in the Voyeur series, surprisingly, because this one is a accidental pregnancy romance. But for some reason, this book I just freaking loved. I think it was Karina. I think Karina really carried this book for me. I absolutely loved her. And I am slowly but surely collecting the Voyeur series. So one of my absolute favorites from Fiona Cole. Fiona Cole is just one of my favorite authors, but specifically I've always loved the Voyeur series. So again, thank you, Sam. Okay, next up I have this special edition, I think is this the last chapter book box edition of Medicine Man by Saffron Kent. So Cheyenne from That Tall Book Girl gave this one to me. Cheyenne, thank you so much once again for this. So she had sent, I think she had done like a bookshelf tour, and she had like a bunch of books at the bottom of her shelf that she was like, oh, I'm like, she didn't really have them like organized and stuff, and she had said maybe like that she was gonna give some of them away or like donate them or whatever. And I spotted this spine in there, and I was like, Cheyenne, what version of Medicine Man is that? And she sent me a picture of it, and I was like, stop it. And she was like, I'll give it to you. So then when I saw her in February, she gave this to me. Cheyenne, thank you again, because I love Medicine Man. My second favorite book by Saffron Kent, Unrequited, is hard to beat for me. It's just a god tier book for me. But Medicine Man, I absolutely adored. And I don't love the original cover of Medicine Man. Like, I own it because I wanted to like own that book. But I really, really like this cover a lot. I think it's super pretty. So I was very happy to add this baby to my collection. Very well cherished. Next up, I have one of my favorites that I read earlier this year, and that is The Frat Boy by Nikki Sloan. I love this one, and I'm excited to keep collecting the Nashville Neighbor series. So Carrie from Booked for Romance sent me this one because I don't know, I don't really ever show them on YouTube, but I do these book paintings. I haven't really done any this year. I haven't been super inspired to be painting, honestly, and I don't really have time. I'm kind of busy at the moment, so I haven't had a lot of time to paint, but I make a lot of like book inspired paintings. And at the beginning of the year, Caitlin from the Love Librarian had reached out and asked me if I would do some for Liz Tom Ford's books, for Mile High and The Right Move. So I did those, and then Carrie like heard that I was doing those for Caitlin. She was like, hey, can I like commission you to do one for ACOTAR, which I already have like a couple of ACOTAR ones. So she picked which one she wanted, and I made her one. And obviously I was like, y'all don't need to like pay me for doing this, because it's like, it's not really like a business, you know, I was just like doing it. But then Carrie ended up sending me a book to thank me for doing hers. So I got The Frat Boy from her and absolutely love it. I was very surprised actually that I liked this, because anything with frat in it, I get the ick, but actually loved this. There was no ick involved in this. Actually, now that I'm looking at this, I think too, I need to grab Caitlin's. I don't think I had hers on my list either. But then also for another painting, so Zay from Woody Reads over on Instagram, so I made one for her as well. I made her a Kiss the Sky one, which actually I was happy to get to redo that one because I didn't really like it how it originally turned out. And she sent me Offside by Avery Keelan to thank me for doing hers. So Zay, once again, thank you so much. And I love this cover in particular. I think the people, y'all know, I actually like tend to prefer people covers over discrete covers. Not in this case. This cover, stunning. The person cover, yikes. And actually, I think I forgot to grab Caitlin's. Then for doing the Mile High painting for Caitlin, she had sent me the next 2 books in the Like Us series. She has been single-handedly, well, I did purchase another one, but otherwise to like jumpstart my Like Us collection between my birthday and then doing her paintings, she has been adding to my Like Us collection. So anyway, so she got me Tangled Like Us and Sinful Like Us, which are Thatcher and Jane's books. Keep an eye out for a video coming soon on my channel of a reading vlog for the Like Us series. Well, I'm reading the first 5 books for that vlog, so this is the last one that I have to read. This book though, y'all, I'm so excited. Then for Galentine's Day at the beginning of the year, Nikki from Nikki and Bookland sent me one of her favorite books, and she was the reason why I even read this book to begin with, and that is Take Me With You by Nina G. Jones. So I read this one at the beginning of the year. I read the ebook, and oh my god, this book has truly stuck with me. After I first finished it, I even like adjusted my rating. I had given it 4.5, rounded down to 4 stars, and the longer I sat with it, the more I was just like, no, like that isn't even 4.5 stars. That is a 5-star god tier book for me. Still to this day, I don't stop thinking about this book, and you will be seeing it on my top 10 at the end of the year. Like, there's no way that this is not going to be on my top 10 at the end of the year. Very dark, very messed up, very Stockholm syndrome-y, but oh my god, incredible. Okay, next then I bought Headstrong Like Us, which is, I think this is oh, it says book 6. Oh, I thought I skipped one. Oh no, maybe that one comes after this one. Anyways, okay, so this is Mafi and Pharaoh's 4th book in the series, but number 6 in order. And I recently bought this one because I cannot wait to keep going with this series. However, I will not be purchasing book 7 because book 7 is 2 characters that I don't care about, and I heard I can skip it. So I will just be buying these because they're not on KU. So I'm like, I'd rather own them than like buy the ebooks because I want them on paperback anyways. But you know, I'm trying not to spend so much money on books right now. So I'll buy the rest of them as time goes on. But for right now, I just got the next one because I'm on to the 5th book, so I'll just kind of buy them as I go and as I need. Next up, I bought a new release, King of Pride by Anna Huang. I still haven't read this yet. I don't know how I haven't read this. Anna Huang is like one of my favorite authors, so whenever she drops something, I need to read it. I haven't read this yet, so I'm very excited to get to this. I have some books that I need to get done, like book club books and vlog books, but as soon as I have a chance to just like free read, I am picking this up. I'll probably actually read it on my Kindle because that's better that way, but I wanted to make sure that I owned it because I own all of her books, or like the Twisted series and this series, like her original one I don't own. But anyways, and I love these spines. They look so pretty. And I just think this is stunning, so of course I had to have it. Okay, next up is a special edition that I was tracking down for a little bit. So Hello Lovely Box had, was it like a Black Friday? No, because it wouldn't have been that long ago. Or maybe it was like a New Year's sale. They had a sale not that long ago. And I had one book in mind that I wanted to buy from them, and it was sold out by the time that I got around to it. So I was very sad. So I have been looking online trying to find a reasonably priced copy of this one, and I found one for like $25. And I was like, thank you. And that's Shame by Fiona Cole. This was my first Fiona Cole book that I ever read, and what made me fall in love with her writing. It was banned at one point, which, you know, I always love. Well, I don't love that books get banned, but if you say a book was banned, I'm like, well, then that means I need to read it even more, because why would people want to get it banned? But this one, I just love this cover particularly. Like, I don't own the original cover of Shame because, like, it's fine. Like, I like it, but it's not my favorite. But when I saw this, I just love the simplicity of it. It's sexy. It's like an object cover, but it's not like flowery. You know, it's like, it's giving that punch still. I don't know. I loved it, and I was very happy to find a copy of it online that I could buy. For hitting 10K, Jess from Honest Fiction sent me the French version of Credence, which I'm so excited for. Obviously, I'm never gonna read this, but are you looking at this cover? I had to have it. I had to have it. And also, I don't know if this is like a misprint with my book, but look, it's like kind of cool around the edges. I hope that that's how it's supposed to be, even if it's not. Like, it just looks super freaking cool. I love it. I love the cover. I think it's so pretty. And y'all know, like, if there's one author that I'm going to collect literally every single iteration of their books that I can get my hands on, it's going to be Penelope Douglas. So very happy to have this French version of Credence. And Jess, thank you once again for sending me this. I absolutely adore it. And you know, it's displayed out on my shelves. It looks beautiful. I have it displayed next to my, I think that's a Hello Lovely Box version of Credence that I have up there too. So anyways, and then the other book that I received from friends for hitting 10K was Tori from Novel Life. She sent me Unfurl by Elodie Hart. So this one I read recently for our like age gap read-a-thon kind of thing that Cheyenne, Sam, and Nikki and myself did. So we all picked an age gap book, and then we did like a battle of the age gap kind of things, and this was Cheyenne's pick for it. I mean, besides my pick, which is just like, was a God tier book for me that I've like read and loved for years, Unfurl was my favorite of that read along. This book blew me away. The writing is beautiful and sexy, and it's like if Salacious Players and Priest by Sierra Simone, if like you combine those two series into one book, this is what you get. Obsessed, amazing. And yeah, I just love it. And thank you again, Tori, for sending me this. Next up is another one. So how Never Lie was a pick that one of my friends and I buddy read. So now we're reading Ivy by Willa Nash / Devney Perry. So as you can see, we're getting close to the end actually. This is the section that I have to finish. Excuse me, for this week actually, we're finishing up. I have about 160 pages left in it, and I'm really enjoying this book a lot. This is the first ever Devney Perry book that I've read, and I said before, there are other Devney Perry books that I really don't have much interest in, just because she writes like a lot of small town, kind of like romantic suspense, like small town cop, like just none of that stuff is interesting to me or what I typically pick up in books. But this one is like elite kind of university, Pretty Little Liars-ish, following three couples. There, I definitely have my favorite couple in there, but I'll talk about it in my wrap up more. But I'm really enjoying this, and I also just think this cover is really cool and pretty with like the little hidden details on it. Love it. Next up, you'll know I had to purchase Highest Bidder by Sarah Kate, the 5th book in the Salacious Players Club series. I have all of those. I had to collect this one. Ronan, you're stunning. Love it. Mercy is still my favorite in the series so far. However, I really loved Highest Bidder. I haven't given a single one of these books under 4 stars. Like, I've truly loved each and every one of them. So Highest Bidder is just yet another knockout, and I cannot wait for Madame. But I'm really excited to have obviously all of them, and now I'm starting to debate like, do I need to take them all to Book Bonanza with me? I don't know. That's gonna be hard to like narrow that stuff down. Move on to my Sophie Lark stack because I've accumulated quite a few Sophie Lark books. So first of all, I bought the entire Brutal Birthright series. So I at first started with Brutal Prince, which is book 1. So I bought this one, Savage Lover, and Bloody Heart. They're books 1, 3, and 4. I bought these off of Amazon a couple of months back now. At this point, they were on sale. They were all like a couple bucks off each. And I was like, yeah, let's get those then while they're on sale, because I knew I really wanted to own this series. So I bought these 3. However, the last 2 books were not available yet. Like, they just became available recently, and then Stolen Air wasn't on sale, and I was like, I can wait to buy that one until it's on sale. So I bought those 3, and then as soon as Broken Vow and Heavy Crown books 5 and 6 dropped on, or not on Amazon, on Barnes and Noble, then I added Stolen Air in there with them, and I got the last 3 books. So now I have the entire Brutal Birthright series by Sophie Lark. I liked the men covers of these, but I actually really like the illustrated ones. I mean, this one is obviously my least favorite cover. I just don't love the cowboy boots. But Heavy Crown, obsessed. Stolen Air, obsessed. And then, of course, I mean, this, are you joking? Savage Lover, beautiful. So I had to get all of those. And then, obviously, Savage Lover is my favorite book in that series. And I saw Avery from Ava's Romance Reads. She posted this special edition on her Instagram. And I was like, where'd you get that? Where can I get that? Where can I find that? And is this Hello Lovely box? Yes, Hello Lovely box. And thank goodness when they were having that like sale, because I found a copy on Macari for like it was like $30, and I was like, oh, okay, like I don't mind spending that. And I was like about to get that, but then I did just text some of my friends, because I was like, I know a lot of them like sub to Hello Lovely box, and a lot of them hate this book. So I'm like, there's a chance that some of them might have this and like not want it, but like haven't done anything with it. So I'm like, I'll text them first and see like if any of them have a copy that they want to sell to me. But then when I did that, then Tori was like, oh, this is still listed on their website. So I was able to just go on their website and buy it, and I needed to have it because I think this cover is stunning. Love Camille, love this entire book, and I needed it. But then here's where my illogical brain got into the mix. I was like, well, how gorgeous would this look if then I also had the male cover of Savage Lover, not the illustrated one, but the male one, like the Nero cover, so then I can have both of them together. Well, then I'm like, where the hell can I find that? Because it's not on Amazon anymore. And then Caitlin came through and she's like, it's on Sophie Lark's website. So, I mean, they look stunning together. So I ended up buying this copy off of Sophie Lark's website. I am bummed. It came in like a little crinkled. Like, it's fine. I'm not like that picky. But I had to have him. He's so sexy. Why would I not want him on my shelves? And also, like I said, this is my favorite one of the series, and I needed to have it, and I wanted the 2 of them, and I have them facing out on my shelves, like together, looking at each other, and they just look stunning together. And then while I was also on Sophie Lark's website, I was like, well, if I'm already buying one, then I might as well also get There Is No Devil, because I have There Are No Saints in the People cover, but the People cover for this one isn't available on Amazon anymore. So I knew like if I ever wanted to complete this duet, I would want them to match. I wouldn't want to then have like one snake cover and one people cover. So I was like, well, then I might as well get like this people cover while I'm already making an order from her website. So I also got this one as well. And I love these people covers. They're stunning. Okay, and lastly, I have 6 more special editions. And you know what? That's not even saying a lot, because you know what? There's the Mindfuck special edition that's coming out from Mystic Box. I'm going to try to get the Off Balance Dark and Disturbed box that y'all know I am going to like gladiator fight to get. They keep on saying how limited it is, and I was like, I swear if I don't get those, I'm going to riot. So I'm going to be getting those. And then I also got the cover to cover Salacious Players special editions, because they got me with the FOMO of saying these will never be reprinted, and that's what gets me. And I think it's at all of my other pre-orders that I have out. Oh, and then I got the Birthday Girl pre-order from whatever it's called, Darkly. I have issues with special editions. That's where my book buying gets out of hand, is special editions. Truly, it's not like regular books. Like, I'm pretty good at controlling myself with regular books. It's these damn special editions. So this one, who did this recently? Because I didn't get the whole box, but Jess from Peace Love Books was getting this box, and it was Fiona Cole, which like I was tempted to get it because of also having Fiona Cole in it, but I forget who was the other book, and then it was Cora Riley. and I was like, I don't have any Cora Riley special editions. I would love to get that, but I'm like, I don't want to get the whole box because I don't like necessarily care to like have the other ones. But then Jess had posted on her stories that she was looking for someone to buy the Cora Riley book out of her box, and I was like, me, please. So it ended up being Luca Vitello, and okay, I'm probably saying that wrong too. Don't come at me for that. But I was so excited that it actually was this book, because this is actually the only one, or pretty much the only one. I don't own the anthology in her Kimura Chronicles and Born in Blood Chronicles. I don't own Luca, like this one. And I was so excited that it ended up being this one. And I love this cover, like with the little bullet hole, and it's like raised a little bit, like the blood splatters are raised on the book. So it feels like actual, like, well, I don't think it feels like actual blood, but it's like raised, you know? It's so cool. Like, I love that this was the special edition of it, and especially that it was a book that I don't have, and I just think it's so cool. I love it. I'm obsessed. I'm so happy that I was able to get this one and that Jess wanted to sell it because I wanted to buy it. And then, okay, last one that's not a part of a box, or I think this one you could have got the whole box. I did not. I just got like the QB Tyler one only because y'all know, next to Penelope Douglas, QB Tyler is probably the one that I collect the most editions for. Like, I pretty much have every like kind of edition that I can of her books that at least right now I can have. I'm still missing some like special editions, but some of them just sell for like insane prices. So I snagged the Bittersweet Duet that Fit Teacher Rachel and QB Tyler did for the like Break My Backlist box, and I'm so happy. I love the Bittersweet Duet so freaking much, and I was so happy. I mean, I like the original covers because, like I said, I like people, but I just really think that this is just so like simple, but also, again, it has stuff to do with the book. I don't like when it's just covers that just like don't have anything to do with the story, but they're like discreet covers. You know, I want things to do with the story. So they got like the couch, like in the therapist office, the little plants, the little plant on the side. The color of it is beautiful. It's like this beautiful sage dark green color. It's so pretty. You got the little whiskey tumbler there. Like, I think this is just so pretty. And of course I had to snag it when it went on sale, because if QB's doing a special book, I got to do it. And let me turn to some of the page headings with like the heels. Like, oh my God, it's so pretty. I love it. And then lastly, I got both of my Mystic boxes within 2 days of each other, or like within one day. Like, one came Friday and one Saturday over this past weekend. And so it was the Amo Jones. I think she was the January, February author, and then Belle Aurora was the March, April. I just do like the year upfront renewal on Mystic box, so I don't do any skips because I don't really like the stress of that. And also I figured if there are ever any additions, like I probably won't have a problem selling them and like getting my money back for what I paid for them, because I'd always sell them at retail price. But anyways, so the Amo box is definitely my favorite out of the two. And what I was really excited about, because I do really like Amo, I was really hoping for Sicko and Wicked, but it ended up being the first two books in the Midnight Mayhem series. So this first one, and Peace Lies Havoc, I think these covers are stunning. I know Cheyenne doesn't really like them, and she's a big Amo fan as well, which I think we read this book for Smut Club, and honestly, I don't love this book that much, but I thought that these covers are really well done, and I think too the interior is like stunning. Like, Mystic box just does it so good when it comes to special editions, and also the sprayed edges. So this is why it took so long, was there was issues with the sprayed edges, and like they fixed it instead of just like sending them out messed up. So I don't care. I'd rather wait a little bit and have it be like perfect. And then In Fury Lies Mischief is book 2. And I think they are gonna complete this, but I think it would be similar to how they're doing Nightfall, where it's like you can buy it separately outside of the regular subscription box. So I don't know if I'll end up like completing the set when they release these, because like I don't know, I have to keep going on in the series. I haven't read In Fury Lies Mischief. Maybe I'll like the later books more. The first book I didn't like love, but I think the editions are really pretty. And then Belle Aurora, I've actually had Raw on my TBR for a while, so it's Raw and Raw Rebirth, but actually I feel like, are there more than one book in these? I feel like they're almost, or maybe they're not. Maybe it's, oh no, maybe it's just one. The sprayed edges on these are really pretty too. Like, I really like these. I haven't read these books yet, but at least they're really pretty and they look nice on my shelves. And like I said, I'll read Raw at some point, and then if I don't like it, then I'll sell them. But at least I have them for now, and they look nice for the moment. So anyways, that is all of the books that I have accumulated over the past couple months. Like I said, I will probably have another book haul in June because I am going to Book Bonanza, which is a signing in Texas, my first ever book signing. So I'm very much looking forward to that. And I have a lot of books that I'm taking, so I don't really have a lot more that I want to like purchase to take, but it's more like when I get there. I do have a couple of pre-orders there. Actually, I think I only have 2, Marnie Mann and Liza James. And then probably just whatever books I end up buying there. But like I said, I got a lot of pre-orders of special editions out there right now. I really need to like cool it down a little bit. But anyways, that is it for today's video, and I will see you when I see ya.